Hi everyone, so today we have another new Uniball 1 limited edition series. This is the Uniball 1 Wa. So the theme of this series is Tsutsumi, and Tsutsumi is, I think the best way to translate this into English would be the wrapping, but it's like the elegant wrapping that you find in Japan. Sometimes when you're purchasing something at a store there, they will just wrap it so beautifully. And when you're given a gift, a lot of care is taken into the wrapping of the product. I don't want to go too far down like a Japanese type of lesson tangent, but I always learned, like when I was learning Tsutsumi, like kanji in Japanese, whatever, 15 years ago, maybe more. I was always taught that it's based on this original pictogram, like Chinese pictogram that shows something being protected inside of a womb. And if you look at the kanji, you could totally see why, if this is not true, it was at least made up. So the idea being that the wrapping is like holding something really precious inside of it. So it's just very tied, no pun intended, to Japanese culture and what the type of thing they put maybe more importance on there than we do here in the United States. So this limited edition series was created with adults in mind, using warm, soft tones. So I'll definitely be swatching these for you so you can get the feel for them. And I'll try to do a little bit of, some of these colors are quite unique, but I'll try to do some comparisons to some other colors that you might be familiar with, just so you can kind of get an idea. And the way this set is arranged is the 6 colors are available in 2 different tip sizes. So all 6 of these colors, you can choose either 0.38 or 0.5. And they also come in the 3 color gift sets in both 0.38 and 0.5. So you definitely have options here, whether you want to try sets. It would, just because of the theme, would make a very beautiful gift set, obviously, if you wanted to gift it to somebody. So yes, both of the 3 color sets come in the 0.38 and the 0.5, just like the singles do. So you are not limited. I know sometimes they release these limited editions and some colors will come in 0.38 and some colors will come in 0.5. And it seems like they're trying to kind of please everyone more with this set and just have everything available in all the variations. So we've got the 2 different sets. They have very Japanese names, so I want to make sure to go over that in this video too, so that you're not confused if you're on our website trying to check out. So the Hanari Tsutsumi. So I think the best way to translate this would be and this is like the elegant wrapping set. And then the Miyabi Tsutsumi, it would be more like a refined wrapping set. And there's probably not a big, huge difference between the meanings of elegant and refined, but there you have it. So we will get into the swatching. A lot of the colors are based on, have you ever seen those? It's very ubiquitous in Japan, those cakes, especially when there's holidays or festivals, where they'll have mochi shaped just really beautifully, and it is wrapped around some kind of natural food paste inside of it, a lot of times mixed with sugar. So you might have adzuki, a red bean paste, or sweet chestnut paste. I will do my best to try to find an image online and insert it here, just in case you are like, what in the world is she talking about? But it just kind of further is playing on that whole wrapping image, I think, because the mochi, you know, is also wrapping something precious inside, and they take a lot of care so that it looks just so beautiful. I always find they look so pretty, but I'm really not that into eating them so much. So it's all about packaging. So let's get into the colors here. So why don't we start with the Hanali Zutsumi colors. So we are going to start. I know that my translations, I got my translations before, or I did, did my translations based off of just the Japanese information I was given. And then when these showed up, they do have some, it's sort of like a hybrid Japanese English translation on the back. And some of them are a little different. So I'll try to call out when it's a little different what they're calling it versus what I'm calling it, just so that there's no confusion there as well. So the color on the back here, that's called Sakura Monaka Ito. I'm calling this one Cherry Blossom Rice Cake. Let me see, let me find the ones. Open these and swatch them. This mine too. Okay, let me zoom here. Here we go. All right, so here is our Cherry Blossom Rice Cake. And I think some of you would like probably to see these on, more like creamy color paper. So I'm also going to swatch this in one side of these ND notebooks that have the cream color here. So you can kind of see the difference. So one thing I want to do before we get too far away from it is to do like a swatch comparison with another color or two that you might be familiar with. So the first thing I'm actually going to show you is not even a Uniball 1. It is the Sarasa Nano limited edition smoky pink. This color is still available, but I just want to show you how it's a very interesting, similar color. This one maybe does have a little bit more smokiness to it, but they are so similar. And then if you have, let's see, you might own like the Peach Canal, which was a former Uniball 1 limited edition. And so I'll swatch that one right here. So that one is also somewhat similar, but definitely more peach in tone. So hopefully that gives you an idea on what that color is like. Okay, moving down the line on our Hanori sets, we have, where are you? We've got the jade color. This is a very pretty color. I do feel that they've done some similar colors in previous limited edition, but I'll see what I have to show you. I think there was a color in the like American Classic, and it was like a mint green. Was it this one maybe? I'm gonna get confused with all these. Okay, so here is our jade. And then here was the mint from that American Classic. And then why don't I just show you two? This was the one called Neon Green, which is just looks blue-green to me. So quite a bit brighter, not as subdued and warm and soft as they're calling these. You can kind of get an idea of those colors there. All right, and the third one in our Hanaudi set is a very interesting color. I called it mashed chestnut, but I noticed that they translated it on this as sweet chestnut Ito. Ito just means color in Japanese. So sweet chestnut, so maybe mashed sweet chestnut would be the best translation, but it is kind of like a paste that you can get in those mochi cakes if you've had that. It might come in other ways as well, but it's basically like sweetened chestnut mash. Okay. I think they did a really good job of pairing these together. So imagine if you had an olive that leaned a little more yellow. That's how I would describe this color. It's probably not going to be the best color on this yellow, although it's not actually bad at all. Brings out even more warmth in it, I think. Okay, so you have that trio. And then I was thinking about what I might swatch next to this one. And the only thing I could think is like, if anyone remembers this pistachio color, that's maybe somewhat of a comparison. I mean, it's way more green, obviously. It's a different color, but it helps give you an idea. And then this one, what color is this? I think, oh yes, this is the caramel color. We might still have some of these. This was from the limited edition Eye-Color Modern colors, if you remember those. So you can just see like, it's still like the mashed chestnut or the sweet chestnut. It's still its own unique color. I mean, they've really done a good job of mostly having very unique colors in this set. I don't know how they keep coming up with the colors. It's pretty impressive. Okay, so there is your Hanaudi set. Now let's do the Miyabi set. And the Miyabi set, which again is like refined colors, that's got some really cool ones in it. The bean mochi, the bellflower, and the loquat. So swatch those for you. Okay, so why don't we do the Bellflower first. Very pretty color. I would say Bellflower is really, could be described as like a purple blue or maybe like a lilac-y type of color. So far, these are all looking really great on this warmer cream paper too. So there's your Bellflower. Now this one, one of the ones I could compare it to would be this color that was part of, oh my gosh, a limited edition a while ago. I'm pretty sure it was called Hydrangea. And so you can see it's similar, but still not the same. I think it's just really pretty color that they've done. I'm just really impressed with this set, really. It's like I had to take a moment to appreciate it there. Okay, so there's your Bellflower. What do we have next? Oh yes, we have Bean Mochi, which is such a fun name. And where did I put it? Such a great color, really. Now I'm going to put it also up here just so you can kind of see the difference, because it is a very interesting color where it's like gray with like the slightest hint of purple, in my opinion. Maybe someone else would describe it a little differently, but let me swatch it up here. Getting ahead of myself here. Sorry. So there's your Bean Mochi, another unique color. Well, let me see. They called it Mame Daifuku Ito. I translated that to Bean Mochi. The Bellflower they called Bellflower, and the Loquat they're calling Loquat Fruit Ito. So pretty similar, but just a little different. Yeah, so an entirely unique color. I was trying to think if I could even like think of something to swatch next to this. I kind of want to swatch the one called, wasn't this called Pale? Oh no, sorry, Beige Rose maybe? Do you remember this color? Only the reason I want to swatch it is not because it's like, it's not because it's like going to be a close color match to any of these, but it's in that same sort of vibe. And so, especially if you liked that one, I think you would like to kind of see what it's like next to some of these others. See that? It just goes really well, I think. And then finally, I'm really getting these mixed up everywhere. Okay. let's do the low quat. So low quat. When I have been in Japan, I don't know that anyone actually called these loquat to me. I think they usually would call them like plums or apricots, and it was always very confusing because I always felt like it was neither a plum nor an apricot, but something in between. So I know that some people do call them Japanese plums or Japanese apricots or apparently loquats. So this is loquat, and it is not a purple plum color. It's more of an apricot color, like you see here. Extremely pretty color. And let's see, do we have anything that we would swatch next to this? I don't know, this one, they've definitely done some like orangey tones or some peach orangey ones, like the Peach Canal. That's the one I swatched up here. Let me see. Who knows where it is now? Oh, well, you might remember Mango Orange. That was in a limited set at one point, so that's Mango Orange next to it. Oh, here's Peach Canal. I can do Peach Canal for you nearby it. So interesting. Peach Canal is almost like if you mixed together the cherry blossom rice cake with the loquat color, and then you'd get Peach Canal. That was a great limited from the past. All right, so these are limited edition. Get them while you can if you're a Uniball 1 collector. Even thinking about gifting Uniball 1, this would be the perfect set to do that with. And yeah, as always, if you have any questions, leave them below and I would be happy to get back to you as soon as I can. Everyone have a great rest of your week and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.